Well, it's been a rough few weeks here because of the coronavirus, but I still gotta press onward. I got another PS2 game for you. SpongeBob, Lights, Camera, Pants. As with many media franchises, SpongeBob had to follow in the footsteps of Mario and come out with a party game. Crash had it with Crash Bash, and with the rising popularity of SpongeBob, this game was inevitable. At least the creators took some inspiration from some other party games, not just Mario Party, as there's a story mode. First off, I'm super surprised that there is a story mode, but the plot isn't that interesting. But the cutscenes are actually really entertaining to watch because of their poor quality. It's kind of a so bad it's good kind of thing.
And what have you got in mind for our contestants?
I will be testing their driving skills. To get the police officer role, they'll have to ace these driving tests.
Each section of the game is an audition for a role in the new Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy special. So winning the minigames can help your character get into those various roles. The most points at the end will get the role of the Sneaky Hermit, which is the supervillain of the special, so even if you aren't winning the individual roles, you can shoot for the end role. The second great thing about the story mode is that it's not just single player, like other party game story modes. It can be 1, 2, 3, or 4 player, so you can have an extended play session with friends or family, which I think is a great addition. Other than that, the only thing I can really review here is the minigames themselves. The first audition starts off with players in teams of 2 for all 3 of the minigames, and all 3 of the minigames are located in the Krusty Krab. All of these games in this audition are easy to both understand and play. With all the minigames being team-based games, it requires a rock, paper, scissors at the end to decide who the winner of the audition is. There is one time later where the rock, paper, scissors comes into play, but I'm glad that more auditions don't end in this fashion. Then begins the games where you do not have a teammate to work with. Again, these games are still fairly easy to comprehend, but at least there's a clear-cut winner because everyone's score is different. After that set of games is Mrs. Puff's Boating School, and this is really where the games get a little bit more fun. I said a little bit more fun, not all the way fun. The boat race one is basically determined by whoever can get into first place first. Like, there's no power-ups to use or strategy to catch up. If you get bopped out of the lead in the beginning, you're definitely not getting first. This group of minigames also has the first true fun minigame to play, and that's the unicycle bumper game. Crash Bash has a similar game, and so does Mario Party, I believe, but this one has bumpers in the middle that makes it a little bit more challenging. This one's also based off of points, whereas the other party games, whoever falls off is just out, and the last one remaining wins. I think this is a little bit more fair and more fun because people who fall out in the beginning can come right back in the action. Then there's the music section, where all the minigames are rhythm games, which I think would be nice if they were sprinkled into the other sections, but if everyone gets 100%, which is very possible, then people can tie, and it really isn't that fun. The end has another group of 3 team-based minigames. One says Seahorse Soccer, which is really fun to play at first, but then you can find out it can be exploited by just running right at the goalie and shooting it, and that almost guarantees a score with every shot, so that one's a big bummer. There's also a fairly original partner flingy game that takes place on the side of a building and you have to activate all these lights. I'd say this is more fun than the other games on here, but this one's still only average. The other game is this one where you repair machines in the chum bucket, and dear Jesus is it annoying to play. Karen's voice whines at you every time some machine breaks down, and she says it for both teams, so there's 2 of Karen's voices talking the whole time. So it just gets annoying when she's talking the entire time, constantly.
Is this part important?
Meltdown! Team 1, repair your generator immediately!
Oh,
Team 1, well done! Team 2, your generator has exploded!
So that's all the content there is in the game. I can at least appreciate a few of the games, but almost any other party game would be able to deliver the same amount of enjoyment, but with a lot more polish than this. Crash Bash's games are harder, and I definitely don't think I could fairly play with someone who hasn't played before, but those games are a lot better, the story's better, and the story mode has co-op. So other than accessibility to players who haven't played Crash Bash before, Crash Bash is better than this. Mario Party's games are just as easy as this game's, but the board game aspect in Mario Party really creates more opportunities for less mini-game skilled players to succeed through the board game aspect, which Lights, Camera, Pants doesn't have, so if you fail the mini-games, you're just not really going to be having fun. This game is absolutely on the lower end of games that I've reviewed, but can I honestly say that it's worse than Marble Madness? I can't really say that for sure. I feel like this game does enough right to not get on the list, but it's definitely a subpar party game. Another one in the books. Hopefully I can find some more regularity on uploading reviews. As always, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, stay tuned for next time.